Hey everybody, we're going to go ahead and go over the few steps you need in creating this symmetrical monster, so stay tuned. Alright guys, to make your symmetrical monster, you're going to have to fold your piece of paper long ways like a taco. Remember, long ways, not hamburgers. We're going to be eating tacos today. And then just kind of crease it down the center, just like that. And you'll be left with a paper that's long and skinny like that. Alright, so now what I need to make sure you understand is you'll get a pencil. And it's time to design one side of your monster's body. And what you need to understand is you're going to draw from the folded area, which is right here. If you look at the folded area right here, this is not the folded area. If you start drawing on this side, you'll have two separate pieces you'll have to glue separately. You don't want that. So let's go ahead and start drawing our design. Remember, when you're drawing your design, make it kind of, think about the head, where's his arms, make sure they're big pieces, not really tiny pieces, because you're going to have to cut this out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start drawing. What I'm going to do is go in, I think it'd be kind of cool if he had a blobby head. And then maybe his neck, and then maybe he has these arms that go like this. Maybe he's got another arm like this. Alright, and then it comes down, and maybe he's got this weird leg. And then maybe he's got this leg like that. Boom. So there's my blobby monster. Go ahead, and next step is we're just going to cut it out. Alright guys, I am done cutting. Made sure it stayed on the line. I didn't cut off any legs or arms or heads or anything. And now let's open it up to see our invisible line of symmetry. Now we have a symmetrical alien looking monster. Man, this is cool. So the next step is to outline with a black marker to give it a nice bold outline. We've done this in previous projects. You get your marker and just stick with your smooth lines along the edge. Me, I don't mind if the marker gets on the table. Just don't put it too close to the interior of your monster. So this is kind of hard, but you guys can do this. All you gotta do is, as you're drawing, hold it down, all right? When you're holding it down, it won't be moving around and you won't mess up and come up with some lines that go inside the monster. You just want your black line along the edge. Alright guys, I'm done outlining. It's time for me to go ahead, get my glue stick, and glue it onto my green paper. You know how it goes. You get your glue stick, you put it all around the edges, making sure nothing is popping off the page. We'll go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, and the final step of your project is to design your monster or alien, whatever you want to call them, symmetrically. That means that invisible line that you folded originally is your line of symmetry, and every side is going to be the same. So eye here, there's going to be an eye here. If there's going to be a couple lines here, there's going to be some lines here. Use some line patterns if you want. Doesn't have to be realistic, but just know that it has to be the same on both sides. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start designing. You guys can watch me. Alright guys, looks like I got my symmetrical design going on with my monster. For students that have extra time, which are my 4s, they're done with their design. What we're going to do is create a symmetrical design in the background. And all you're going to do is simply get your black marker and draw a line, not directly on top of your outline, but kind of around it. And you're just going to kind of outline all the way around your monster here. Alright, I finished the first outline, and then what you're going to do, like I said earlier, is you're going to continue and kind of leave a little space in between the next outline, and you're just kind of go around. It almost looks like you're making a black and green pattern around and around and around. You're going to continue this constantly, so I'm going to just fill up the whole page like that. Alright guys, we're done. We have our background even being symmetrical, and notice when I got to certain areas I just kind of stopped trying to go around and let it cut off on the edge of the page here. So you kind of just go around and then stop and then go around and stop. So it doesn't have to completely go around the monster. Eventually it's going to cut off and kind of do its own thing, but you do have to fill up your whole paper to get that effect of symmetry.